Hello, Cairo thought leaders. It is awesome to be here with you tonight and to be here with my good friend, Dr. Chris Zano. What's up, my man?
What's up, Dr. T? Glad to be back with you, man.
Yeah, me too. This is going to be awesome. I know a
Yep.
lot of people were looking forward to this and they're already on. I posted in the chat, there's a chat below the video. I'm going to go ahead and post again, but if for some reason the screen freezes or you can't see it or something, just refresh and it should be there. Let me test it right here. And yes, I see us. So we are live and it's going. Um, and today's training, let's see here. It's got a great title, by the way. I don't know who came up with this title, but I can't wait to hear the training. How to convert a total stranger to a lifetime of chiropractic care. Isn't that what we're trying to do all the time? I mean, at some point, all of our patients, most of them anyway, were strangers, and that's exactly what we're trying to do is convert them to a lifetime of chiropractic care. So I love that, Dr. Z.
Yeah, that's what we wanted. And I'm going to take everybody, if you're watching this right now, no matter what level you're at, Dr. Tabor and I will show you the exact steps to be able to do that. And we'll take it from there. So we'll show you from A to Z how to do it and be able to give you the right tools necessary to do it. Because that's what you want.
Yep.
There's so many different techniques out there. There's all these other coaches and quote unquote gurus out there. But at the end of the day, we just don't want to take care of someone for a week, a month, or a season. We want to take care of them for a lifetime because that's when the true, amazing, ridiculous, totally awesome effects of chiropractic really start to compound.
Absolutely. So I'm
Let's
going to
do
go
it.
ahead. All right. I'm going to share my screen
Yep.
here. I'll be flipping through the slides. So Dr. Z, every once in a while, might have to tell me to change it or next. But just due to the fact that, technology and slides, it was just easier if I handle these. So
Cool,
I'm
Ted. Do it.
sharing right now. All right, good. And then here we go. There we are, brother. You should be able to
That's it,
see my
man.
screen.
I see
Awesome.
it. Let's do it.
Take it away, my friend.
Good. All right. So, are you in the right place? So, basically, if you're watching this right now and you've struggled at creating an avalanche of the most amazing pre qualified patients that convert and stay in your office for a lifetime, I mean, that's our ultimate goal. So, that's when you're in the right place. And I think that should be a goal for everyone watching. That's what you want. If you've been concerned that you're not converting patients, you absolutely can help into getting the care they need. Too many objections away. Because how many times that you talked to someone or you did whatever to bring a person in, or they were telling you what was going on, and you could help them and getting the care they need, but they just they just have too many objections and they don't get the care they need, and that and just frustrates you, and your true purpose is then squashed. Or you're here because if you're frustrated that people don't know who you are and what you do, therefore not in your office, and worse, asking for drugs and surgery. Because I do believe if they just got to know who you are. They don't know who you are, otherwise they would be in your office. So let's talk about this. I'm going to show you guys this for an example. On May 6, 1965, Roger Bannister did what? He ran the 4-minute mile. And what people don't realize is, next slide, Tabor, this guy, I'll show you this guy that a lot of people don't. John Landy, okay, you see he's on the right if you're looking at this. Now, 46 days later, Roger Bannister and John Landy both broke the 4-minute mile. Now, John Landy was a training partner of Roger Bannister. And they trained together. They trained for years. They were very good friends. And the moment Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile, then John Landy also had the faith, confidence, and belief that he could do it too. And that's when he was able to do it. So it was the extra push. It was that extra belief in themselves, the fact that it was done, because both these guys were trying to break it. Once he did it, boom, within 46 days, John did that as well. And so that's the same that's going to happen today. Everything I'm telling you about, everything Dr. Tabor and I are talking about, none of this is done from theory. And I have no issue driving and throwing other people under the bus on this, but there's too many coaches slash gurus slash social media slash anything out there, information out there, and these people have not done it. Okay, so they're giving you theory, they're not giving you experience. And so when I'm sitting here in front of you guys today with Dr. Tabor, like everything we're going to go over is what we did. In fact, the whole entire CTLx process was not really meant for anybody but Tabor and I. Like, we put these things together for us to train our staff, our team, to keep us, we did all this for ourselves, and then we were able to share it with all of you. So
Yep.
let's talk about my story. So next slide. Let me show everybody this, because most people know my story. Okay, I was a weekend away from that. I was a weekend away from a shit bag because I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. I went Mr. America. I looked a certain way. I felt in a certain way. I thought health was how I look, how I felt. That was the wrong map I was on. I got married to my wife at the time, Whitney, and then everything was great. And then 6 months into our marriage, I'm bleeding every time I went to the bathroom. I don't know what's going on. I think I have cancer. I didn't. I have, I just disassociated like a lot of your patients do. They just look the other way, think it'll go away, and it doesn't. And I did all the drugs, all the medical tests, you name it, the medications, the Remicade, the organ rejection medications. I was taking medications for their side effects. Nothing worked. I went down to about 158 pounds from 230. And I was a weekend away from getting that colostomy bag. And they said they would do a colectomy. They would take out my colon. I would have a gaping hole out of the right side of my abdomen. And that colostomy bag, by the way, is $2,000 a month. I'd be on $6,000 worth of medication for the rest of my life. They told me I was sterile. I'd never be able to have children. We would have to adopt, if anything like that. And they didn't even know I could make it through a surgery, because just look at that picture right there. How can someone cut a hole in your stomach like that when you're on immunosuppressive medications and expect some infection not to occur? So this is what I was facing. And then next slide. So then my anatomy teacher from 10th grade says, listen, when you come into town, because I was coming in to see my mom, and I said, I need you to come in. And he says, I need you to see my doctor. He's a corrective care chiropractor. I'm like, dude, I go, I was almost insulted. I'm like, I appreciate it. Thank you for trying to help me. I go, but I mean, I went to a $1 billion facility. You're asking me to go to some guy who has an office in his house. I was like, thank you, but no thanks. I go, I appreciate it, but I tried everything. And he goes to me, well, you didn't try everything, because if you tried everything, you would have had your health. And in that moment, guys, it woke me up, because I didn't realize I was a victim. I didn't realize I was hopeless, because a lot of our patients, they really became victims and hopeless because they felt they tried everything and they think there's nothing else could help them. And when he told me that, I didn't try everything, otherwise I would have had my health. Again, it woke me up just enough to say, holy smoke, he's right. So I went to go see this guy, Dr. Roger, and he sat me down. He taught me about the nervous system. Now, did I know about the nervous system? Sure, I did. I had a degree in exercise physiology. We all got this right in class. Every patient passed this on a test. But he showed me a blind spot in my life. And the reason why our patients are in the situation they're, because there's blind spots they don't realize. They don't know who you are. They don't understand the principle that you teach and give and actually activate and apply. And I saw the subluxation, my lower spine. I had a 20-degree curvature in my lower spine. I had 50% pressure on the brainstem bone. My atlas was flat, right? And that was causing my problems. I asked him, so when am I going to get better? And he goes, and then what I loved about him was where I adopted how I speak to people. He goes, listen, as long as you have that blind spot there, as long as you have that subluxation interfering with life, flowing to those organs, your body will never be in the environment to be able to heal itself. And he points at me, he goes, but when you correct your problem that you have that's affecting your life and your future, and you do what needs to be done and remove that interference, then your body will be in the environment to be able to heal itself again. He goes, but the day and the hour, it's not up to me, that's up to you and your body. He goes, but I will tell you, you will get better if you don't quit on yourself no matter what. Like, crap, now Tabor, I didn't have money at this point.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It's not even becoming resourceful. I borrowed it, right? I borrowed it from who I can. I got it on a credit card because my option was that colostomy bag. My option was never having kids. My option was dying during the surgery, possibly.
Yeah.
And so I got a credit card, put it on there, and at the time the care was very expensive. It was probably $7,000. But the thing is, like, when you really want something, you'll do whatever it takes, because I knew that if I was able to get well, I'd be able to go off these medications. I'd be able to, all these things, I'd be able to actually cover the care, but also get my life back. And so I wish I could tell you guys a week later, everything was great. No, it sucked. I was still bleeding, 15, 20 times a day. Oh, by the way, I was crapping my pants in public. I couldn't even hold my bowels in public anymore. And I was seeing blood every single day in the toilet bowl. So here I'm correcting this problem, correcting the subluxation, still seeing blood. I'm being reminded every single day of what I don't want. And then a lot of times your patients have to borrow your confidence from you. So, I'm leasing confidence from people. And 3 months I was off half the medication, still bleeding a little bit. 5 months I was off all the medications, still bleeding a tad, but gaining weight. I have momentum now. See, so I was under care long enough to see momentum. And then at 7 months, the blood had stopped and my body healed itself from an incurable terminal autoimmune disease called ulcerative colitis. And so, Tabor, when you look at that, it started the journey. So next slide, and I'll show you. So here's my story. I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. I was told it was terminal, and chiropractic saved my life. And you might be watching there, and there's my family right there. There's my boys, Justice and Titus. They never would have been here. So you might be saying, well, I don't have a story like you, Dr. C. You don't need a story like I do. But what you do need to know is you need to get your word out. People need to know who you are. You need to get the principle out, because there's someone out there that they're diagnosed with some type of disease or some type of problem. They're told nothing could happen, nothing could be done. And here, chiropractic could totally save and change your life. So it's not about your story. It's about you getting the message and the principle out a certain way. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So my goal for this web class is to help you guys who want more new qualified patients, pre-qualified. That's the key word. Imagine when people come into your office, they're already pre-qualified. What's that mean? They know the price. They know the type of care. They know the spouse needs to come to the report of findings to do the finances. They know you do or do not take insurance. They know everything. Like they're already educated, so they're coming in to get their nervous system checked. You want to increase conversions and income? Would you guys like that? Because that's all I hear is that's what you want. You want to increase more. You want to increase your conversions and income to help more people, and to create lifetime patients. Our ultimate goal and recurring revenue. Nothing beats having lifetime patients. So my goal for this web class also is without having to spend. You could do all this without having to spend thousands in marketing, long hours, or dealing with objections from patients that are not getting the care they need. Meaning, like, objections, all these other things from patients, like they still have their problem. They're still having their issues. So let me show you one of the docs that worked with us, Dr. Rich. He goes, "Thank you for the CTLx program. Just wrapped up my dinner about an hour ago. Scheduled all coming in this week, 40 minutes of work. I really appreciate sharing all you do. Would you like those results?" Go back one more time, Tabor. So when you look at that right there, I mean, what if you got similar results? What would that mean to you? I mean, could you handle that? Would that be something that you desire or want? Would you like to get 34 pre-qualified new patients come to your office? I mean, they already know what's going to be going on in the office. They know what to expect in 40 minutes of work. Is that what you want? Would your life be better? How much time would that free of your life? How much frustration would go away? Because I know that your practice, for many of you, dictates who you are. Meaning that you got a good practice week, you're a great dad and a great husband, a great wife, a great mom, but you got a crappy week, it affects you in every part of your life. I know it. It affected me too for the longest time until we figured this stuff out. All right, next one, Tape.
All right, and I'll just say, man, those dinners are amazing, and I've learned so much from you in doing the dinners, and they make just a huge difference in my office.
And in everybody's office, it's universal. See, I believe the only way for you to increase conversions and create lifetime patients is through systems. You need systems that create the most amazing pre-qualified patients, and then when they're pre-qualified, it's easier that they convert in your office and they stay for a lifetime. I mean, that's the premise of this entire masterclass for you guys: increase conversions through systems, creating pre-qualified patients that convert and they stay for a lifetime. That's the goal. So the only way this can be done is through the turnkey systems and being a chiro thought leader in your area. You have to be the thought leader in the area. So let's just tell you, like, as far as, it's funny to, I had someone, when people ask, so, has this been tried before? Has this been reproduced before? Absolutely. So Tabor and I, how long have we been doing this, Tape? 5 years now?
I think it's 5 years. That's what I said earlier today. I think it's been 5 years.
And our programs are used in over 29 countries. So that means it does not matter the economy, the systems we're going to tell you works. It doesn't matter if it's a communist or socialist, or it doesn't matter if it's a democracy. It doesn't matter the culture. See, the principle, it works if it's done with the systems correctly. We have over 600 docs that have used our CTLx systems. Docs have all increased their revenue because you have to. You're not going to get better and not increase that. Docs increase new patients and conversions, therefore increasing their revenue. And they're establishing lifetime patient base that they always wanted. And it brings a lot of security. We'll talk about that in a moment. With more time and freedom due to efficiency in systems. Dr. Timmer, we were forced to become efficient when we had what I call great problems to have. And it
Right.
becomes a win-win-win situation, meaning that it's going to be a win for you, the doc, a win for the person, and a win for the profession. So it all comes down to commitment, though. Like if you're watching this, the worst thing you could do is say, I'm going to try it. Because if you try it, you have 1 foot out the door, 1 foot in the door. And the thing is, once something gets a little challenging, you got to have a learning curve to something, you're out. Just like if a patient tells you, yeah, well, I'll give you guys a try. How would you like that? Are they going to get the best results? Or do you want a person that says, no, I'm a 10 out of a 10. I'm committed. I want this, and nothing's going to stop me. So which one do you think is going to make the best results? Which one would you rather work with? Well, the same thing goes here now, because this is just not about your reputation, your success. It's also about Tabor and my success and my reputation, as far as like, we only work with 10 out of 10s, because I know you're going to get the results you need. Because if you're a trier, if you're a 9 out of a 10, an 8 out of 10, you could get a program, you could try anything. We could give you all the advice in the world, and then you're going to find a way for it not to work, and then you're just going to take it out on everybody else. But really, it was your own lack of personal responsibility. So remember, in anything in life, it's about commitment 100%, even with your patients. So you need to tell yourself that you commit, that I commit, that as soon in this webinar, as soon as you know that creating and becoming a chiro thought leader in your community is the key to growing your practice, patients, revenue, and life, you will tell yourself, I'm going to go all in. Because when you're able to go all in, then everything works. So what's all in mean? Tony Robbins had a great quote. He goes, if you want to take the island, then burn your boats with absolute commitment. With absolute commitment comes the insights that create real victory. That's so important. Like, something happens when you commit, things change. You think differently. Resources and resourcefulness comes, and you actually are able to see and get ideas that you normally, if you just had the 1 foot out the door. So at the end, I'm going to make you guys a very special offer. This will give you everything. I'll give you everything you need to increase your patients, convert more patients, build lifetime patients to minimum, save you time, and you could actually start really loving your life even more than you are now in the next 12 months. This is all could happen in the next 12 months. But if I could promise you that, and guarantee that, I'm gonna also ask that you give us $27,710. Could you do that? So if I could promise you all that, would that be worth $27,000 to you? Because let's see, Tabor. Let's break
Be
it down.
worth millions. Yeah.
Yeah, let's break it down. So what's the ROI? This is why I would ask you for $27,000. If you got 5 to 10 qualified conversions per month, what would that mean over a year? Would that be worth 27,000? Or 30 to 50 qualified new patients per month, or 50 to 100 qualified new patients per month? If you added 30 to 50 conversions per month, that'd be $90 to $150,000. If you added 50 to 100 conversions per month, like one of our students do, that's $150 to $300,000. But how about 100 plus patients on lifetime care? Imagine if you had 100 plus patients every month on lifetime care. That could be $10,000 of recurring revenue every single month. That's $120,000 a year. Would that be worth $27,000 for you? Like, and would you borrow? Like, Tabor, if I was to say, hey, Tabor, if I give you $27,000, you'll give me $100,000 back. Like, how often do you think I would do that deal?
As many times as you want.
Yeah, and do you think I would borrow? Do you think I would borrow for it or refinance my house?
Absolutely.
Of course, it's a machine. It's a machine. Why would you do? And so, what I'm about to go over, it's there's no stock market, there's no Bitcoin, there's no real estate investment that's going to beat your practice, guys. I know it. I went outside the practice for a while, and I saw that nothing beat the amazing potential of your brick and mortar. So that's the commitment. You see, when you see this is working, or if things make sense, listen, you say, I commit that as soon as I know that CTLx is the key, becoming a chiro thought leader is the key to growing your practice, patients, and revenue and life, then you'll go all in. So at least promise me that. So in the chat, just say I'm in. So here we go. So you're just one chiro thought leader system away from the practice you want, the quality of patients you want, the revenue you want, the efficiency you want, the life you want, and the freedom you want, and the legacy you want. All of this stuff, everything you want and desire. Like, I love what it says, doing what you do in life, that's where true freedom comes from, right? It's liking what you do is happiness. So who am I? If this is the first time, if you have been in Iraq, or maybe, you never got a chance, we never got a chance to cross. I'm Dr. Crisano. I built one of the largest clinics in the history of the profession. We peaked at about 2,600. I think we peaked at 2,800, but we made 2,600 visits a week for years. All cash practice. I saw over 16,000 patients the last 13 years. We developed one of the most efficiently run offices in the world because you have to. When you see that volume up, you might be thinking, how the hell is that even possible? How can the standard care be good? Well, I always got to remind you, standard care was great. I'll tell you why, because we wouldn't be seeing the volume if we had a poor standard of care. What else?
Doc, let me stop this and try to share my screen again
Yeah,
because a lot of people are telling me they can't see the slides. So I'm gonna try
cool.
this again. So
Hey,
let's see. No, that's not working. Okay, there we go. So I apologize, guys, if some of you couldn't see the slides, but I can see them now. So let us know in the comments if you're having any other problems. Can you see them now, Dr. Z?
I don't see them, but
You
I
you don't
trust.
see them?
But if someone sees them, if I see that,
Oh, okay. Can you see them now?
I see. Yeah, I mean, I could see your computer screen. That's fine. I
Oh,
don't
you
think
you
anybody.
can?
I could see your computer screen. Yeah.
Okay. Can you see the slides now?
No, I don't see the slides now. But if hey, listen, I don't. I mean, if whatever works for you.
All right. Let me see. One more time. Let me try this. Share my screen. Share.
That should work, and then maximize it.
Yep.
Good, I see it.
Okay.
Listen, now, if you guys could see this, see that handsome guy right there, please let Tabor know.
All right. All right. Go ahead.
You good?
Good.
Awesome. All right, so we created, I was able to create an avalanche of new patients with specific systems, systematic marketing approaches. I developed one of the largest pediatric practices in the world, not on purpose, guys. It just happened because, people brought their kids in, and have one of the largest lifetime practices in the world, for sure. We have 1,200 lifetime patients that are coming in every single month. Collect between $2 million and $3.5 million cash for the last 10 years, Tabor. I mean,
Awesome.
like, and if you add that up, it's like, holy crap! Like, never in my life would I think I had accumulated 20 to $35 million in a practice. I mean, that's insane. No, I don't.
Wow.
Of course, I don't have all that in the bank because of overhead and spending, and also making some ridiculously stupid moves financially. But you guys could learn from that as well, I'm sure. All right, man. Let's check. Let's go. So I'm basically saying that. How does this apply to you? I learned how to become more efficient. So will you. I learned how to create unstoppable systems. So will you. I delivered even more value in all cash practice. So can you if you choose. And I made it 100% reproducible with programs and predictable systems proven with hundreds of DCs around the world.
Yeah, I think people are having trouble seeing the slides. So
Oh,
um,
man.
I know. They say that they're coming on for just a second and then they're going off whenever I
Well, how
share my
about,
screen.
but how about if you,
Let me try this one more time here. Application window, share. All right.
even leave it leave it like that, Tabor? Can everybody see that?
Yeah, I think they should be able to see that. So
So that's fine.
let's
Let's just do it that way. I don't care. Like,
okay. Yeah, let me make
so,
this a little bit bigger and then
oh, you don't have to. It's good.
it's good. Okay.
Yeah, dude. I mean, everybody can read that.
Yep. All right. That
All right.
sounds
So is
good.
that right now? Is that good? We're ready to rock?
Yep.
So thanks, guys. So what we'll cover today is secret number one: how to get 60 up to 60 pre-qualified new patients in less than 1 hour. Uh, you know, almost 1 hour. So that's like, who knows the exact mission and vision of your office. Secret number two: we're going to use how to learn predictable systems and procedures to convert more patients by using an application, which is super cool. You like this? And secret number three: how to convert them to lifetime patients, which is the ultimate goal that we want. My bad. Secret one: how to get up to 60 pre-qualified new patients in less than an hour. So let's start with that. So let me show you here. So secret number one: some people think that I don't have a big marketing budget and I've tried different things to get new clients and it just didn't work, because I know there's a lot of stuff out there. Facebook ads, you name it. I know there's a lot of stuff out there. So just let me tell you a quick story. So Tip, go to that next slide. So this is the pavilion in the Woodlands. So was a bunch of years ago. I was really frustrated. I was still seeing a good amount, a couple hundred a week, but just not having success, hated to talk, hated to speak. And I went to this pavilion right here in the Woodlands, and Mercy Me was playing. And so this is the exact kind of like the angle we were sitting at. We walked in there, and it holds about 10,000 people. So I saw all these people in there, and they were happy. They were getting ready for the show. And all of a sudden, I felt like this weird guilt/burden feeling going like, I saw a mom holding these kids. Like a mom was sitting, there's a grassy lawn there. So a mom was sitting there holding her child in her lap, and they were laughing and smiling. And then it's like I saw the mom in a hospital bed, and the kids were draped over the hospital bed. It's like I felt like I was sitting there, and you ever have the feeling where you feel like you know something that all of these people don't know? Like 5 to 6 of all these people are going to die of heart disease and cancer because they never knew our principle. So here I might have been effective in seeing a couple hundred a week. Not one person in there knew what I knew. Not one person in there knew the principle of chiropractic in an effective way. So here, all these people were happy, but I'm sitting there going, they have no idea what's coming for them. They have no idea what's building the diseases building their bodies. They have no clue, and they're ignorant to that fact. But it's not their fault. It's my fault. So I just broke down, Tabor. I started like weeping and sobbing bad. I couldn't stop, and people are like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "No, I don't know." And what it was is it was my soul. It was my sole purpose that was just almost dying if I didn't do something about it. And so I went back and I said, listen, I'm going to start doing these dinners. So we started doing dinners. And so we would invite people out to restaurants, and I would do my day one, basically did my day one. So leave it right there, Tabor.
Okay.
So I started doing these dinners, and we started getting to the point where we started packing these dinners tremendously, like right there. And what you're looking at is a picture when I would say, like, who's coming in? And people raise their hand. I'm like, no, raise both hands if you're coming in. I was avalanches of new patients. In Tabor, it was insane. It was a rocket ship. I was probably at, I had grown up to like 600 a week at that point. And just check out what happened in the next slide. So the next slide, the results, I started doing these dinners, and it's a very specific way I did. I added 2,000 visits a week within 19 months of starting dinners in 2008. And hold this slide right there. If anybody remembers, do you know what happened in 2008? Does
Yeah, the
anybody remember?
crash.
Yeah, the stock market crashed. The worst economic period of our entire generation happened, but yet that was the year that I grew over 2,000 visits a week, and we went cash. We dropped insurance at that time. So I'm telling you that what I'm about to show you is economic proof. It does not matter what is going on. There's no circumstance. This is bulletproof to any circumstances if you do exactly, and we do it the way we show you to do it. What's up, Dave?
I figured it out, and I think I know why it's showing when it's on me. So hold on just a second. I'm gonna put my screen on and then share that. Yeah, sorry, man. I did. It was because you know how the Hangout goes back and forth with like whoever speaks,
Yeah.
and when you were talking, it was switching to you, and it was showing you and not the slide. So now I
Oh, cool.
fixed it, and it's totally on. Yeah.
Good. All right, let's go to
All
the
right.
next picture.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. Thanks for everybody staying on there.
All right, so and that's what you're looking at because a lot of people. I think most of you know where I'm coming from, as far as like because I got to show proof. I've not seen one. I've not seen one coach or guru or people out there show the proof. That's my office. That's a picture of the office, and that's everybody in there that they're waiting to get adjusted. They're there with their families, and they're just chilling. Like that's what this created. And here's a photo of Jen. Here, it's one of our members goes. Here's a photo of a dinner. It actually got too big. One of our members, and listen, you have access to all this information as well if you choose. He had 98 registered people and 89 showed. 62 qualified appointments were made, and he had better turnout than they ever expected. That's crazy.
I'm gonna share my entire screen now so they can see the whole thing. So got it figured out now. All right, there we go.
So right there. So you might be thinking, so go back to that one slide real quick.
Wait, this one?
Yeah, yeah. So right there, just what if you got some results? What would that mean to you? What would it be like? Like implementing that. I'm going to show you, and I figured out. We thought about every excuse in the book you could use. We took care of that for you. All right, Dave. Secret number one, you might be thinking, I'm sick of having to convince people of what they need. Do you ever have that feeling like you're trying to convince them that they need chiropractic? And I don't want to be a public speaker. How about that? You don't want to be a public speaker at all.
All right, dude.
Well,
My bad.
if you go like,
There you go.
all right, good. So Dr. Tabor and I, a few years we created the dynamic dinner because we want to solve that problem for you. So we took the exact reproducible systems that could create massive dinners and avalanches of new pre-qualified patients that pay before they even come in for your first exam, for their first exam, and it shows you everything how to do it. And some people are like, well, I don't want to speak. I don't want to be a public speaker, and that's fine. So we created something else. So go next slide. So the truth is, I realized like I wanted a life too, guys. Like I wanted a life. Seeing thousands of people a week, you're working your ass off, of course. And it was like I wanted to have time with my kids. They're starting to grow up. I wanted to, not have to feel like I was chained to the table all the time. So Tabor and I, we actually made this video for you guys. It was actually me doing the dinner. And check this out. Now, members, Chiro Thought Leader members, when they got into our program, you could actually use my dinner video. See that dinner video? There's a person right there using the dinner video, and I'm closing the people for you. So if you don't want to do let's say you do want to do a dinner, but it's like today's what, Tabor? It's Wednesday, right?
Right.
Let's say you get the program tonight, which you should. And let's say you want to have a dinner Monday, but you feel kind of like nervous because you're like, I didn't study it. I didn't, I don't know if I could learn it by then. You don't have to. You could do a dinner. You could do a dinner tomorrow. You could do a dinner Friday, and you could actually play that video. That video is I made that purposely for you guys, where I am working for you. I am closing for you. I am educating them for you. I am using everything I did. That is the exact talk that I used to grow my practice 2,000 visits a week. And so we fill dinners and they watch the video. What a concept. And so look at these results. These doctors said, hey, Dr. Zane, I was nervous about speaking and getting my talk down. You then told me to play your videos so I would not procrastinate. See, when you procrastinate, we don't confront, then nothing happens. So I said, don't procrastinate, making the impact in your community. 1 week later, we did our first dinner with 63 people, really good. Using your video, we made 49 appointments.
Wow.
Then his wife said then my wife and I thought to ourselves, why do I need to learn the talk when you can do it for me? We have been doing this for 2 years now, and you are one of my best employees. I don't even have to go to the dinner, right? As my team handles it all. It has been the most life-changing and easiest thing I ever did for our practice. Thank you, Dr. Ryan and Dr. Amy. Guys, if you're watching this, right there, no work on your part. What if you got those results? What would that mean to you? And if you're thinking, well, hey, listen, I'll never be able to implement all this. It's so busy. It's overwhelming. We added our internal revolution. We actually tell you the step-by-step way on how to fill dinners like that, along with the financial plans and programs. And my team on video teaches your team. How cool is that? See, there's no excuse to so whether you want to do dinner, do the dinner. If you don't want to do the dinner, don't. Like, for instance, even me, I do 2 dinners a month now. And watch this. This is what I did yesterday. I walked in, Tabor. Yesterday, I'm like, watch this. I'm going out of town next week. Okay, I'm going to get some, I'm going to see my kids, and we're going to take them to Florida to see their grandmother. And I didn't like that I was out of town because I had to close the office down a little bit. And I'm like, screw this, man. I go, Carla, and this was yesterday. I go, I want to have put on a dinner Monday and play the video. So now I went up to 3 dinners again. So 2 I do live because I enjoy doing them, and 1 is the video. So sure enough, she booked enough people. We got a dinner Monday. I'm not even going to be in town. They're going to show the video. My office, everybody will still be working, but there'll just be no adjusting. And they're going to see new patients. They're going to do the doctor's reports. Oh, I'll tell you that. I can't tell you about that yet. But everything is done. I don't even have to be there. But yet, it's still a system. It's a system. So secret number 2.
Now, speaking of systems, Stephanie says, are the systems technique specific? Like, do you have to have a certain technique to use your systems?
Steph, great question. No. Steph, the system is, I want you to think it's a system of thought leadership, like Chiro Thought Leaders. So you could literally use this system if you're a personal trainer, a yoga instructor, activator, best technique. It doesn't matter the technique you use because it is easily fit in. When it comes time to talk your technique, you talk your technique. When it comes to do your exam, you do your exam. But this is just a method of bringing them up a gradient to truly understanding what it is. So it's an amazing question. Thank you. No, and yeah, no one No one has any disadvantage whatsoever. There's not one doctor I could think of that could say, well, this is my system, this is my technique. Am I at a lesser advantage? Everybody is at equal level playing field for sure.
Right on.
Thank you so much for that question. That was so good. Secret number 2, how to use predictable systems and procedures to convert more patients by using an application. So Steph, this is how we do it. So many people think it's good enough just to know how to get an avalanche of new patients. But here's the thing, you must have a precise system and process and application system to convert them. So I mean, there were so many times I remember there's a lot of docs that I knew they would get all these new patients, but they were going to get new patients, but they were horrible at the system. It was chaotic, and they would work so hard to get all these new patients, and very, very few even made it to conversion, or sometimes their practice went backwards. And another myth people think is everybody is a fit for chiropractic. Everybody needs care. Hey guys, I get it, but here's the deal. I used to say that too, but I realized that like this, my office isn't for everybody, but it should be. I'll say that again. You got to think to yourself, our office isn't for everybody, but it should be. Like, yes, chiropractic, everybody should be under chiropractic care, but I really realized fast what was destroying my staff, my life, the greatest teams that I had was having the wrong people in the practice. And so I'm going to teach you right now on how to create an avatar. So when you're looking at this right there, I'm just going to give you my avatar. I sat down with my team. I said, who's your favorite patients? And each team member had their own favorite patient. And I asked them, why are they your favorite patient? And they would write out an entire description of why this person's their favorite patient. They get the principal. They go to all of our talks. They paid cash. They brought their entire family in. They're compliant. They come ask us first when it comes to health. Like they really developed the principle. They're living a principle life now. They really are all in. They get it. They refer people. They're in a good mood. Isn't that important when people are in a good mood? Like when they come in, your energy goes up. So that became our bullseye. Like that's the people we want in our office. We're there hours. We spend more time at work than anywhere else. And so we realized, like, imagine if we just had an office filled with all of our favorite patients. How would we feel at the end of the day? Super energetic. How would I be looking forward to work? Absolutely. Would I give all of my heart? Absolutely. Because then I realized, like, that's the bullseye. I mean, now from in my office, as someone comes in, and we'll start at the left, and they just want to get cracked, the joints down the road. We just don't crack people. If they, hey, listen, I'm doing work comp, I don't want to deal with that because I'm not in the zone of helping you build some case so you don't have to work. I'm not willing to help others. If you're not willing to help someone or bring them to a dinner or refer someone, if you're not willing to help others, then I'd rather not have a relationship with you. Or someone's like, I want my insurance to pay for it all. Like they want someone else to take care of their health. They want someone else to control their health. Sorry. Our patients take personal responsibility. Building a case. How many people? Disability case. They want to build a case. So they're not even there for health. They're there to try. They're working as hard as they can not to work. Looking for a psychologist. Yeah. I mean, listen, if you're wacky in the head, listen, I'm just not there to be your psychologist. All right. So I'm there to speak life into you. I don't enable the bullshit in someone's life. If they're going to complain because they're so used to being a victim, I don't speak to the victim. I speak to who they are, the hero. The non-compliant, non-committed person. When they're not compliant, they're not following your recommendations. They're non-committed. Then they don't get the care they want. They don't get the results that they could have, and everybody gets frustrated. And they're volatile. The potential lawsuit or board complaint. All of my board complaints and all my malicious lawsuits were I knew it immediately. I knew they weren't a fit, but you know why? I knew they weren't a fit, but I accepted them anyway because why? You wanted to win, and I realized me trying to win, jeez, it always bit me in the butt. So they did not. So when you develop your avatar, who is my ultimate patient, and how do we find that out? You ask yourself, who are the people that bring your energy up, that you love seeing, that you get happy seeing. And let's face it, guys, it's PR to say everybody you love equally. Like I love my kids equally, that whole line. Listen, let's be real. There's certain patients you really love and enjoy, and there's certain patients when they come in, you want to run away. Okay. So let's make an office filled with the people you love. Secret number 2 here, purpose-driven practice. You need to close people to save them. I want to stay right there, meaning that when it comes to finances, when it comes to everything, listen, If someone gets all the information, they have you give them the best information. You do the greatest report of findings. You were like a Michelangelo in doing it. If they do not pay for care, you cannot help them. Period. Like if they're not getting care, you can help them. That's the craziest thing. Like, so we could give them the science, we could give them the philosophy, but if you don't practice your art, if they don't get the subluxation removed, nothing changed in life. They just got about great information. They might have got motivated, inspired, but their life is continuing to get worse. They're dying every single day. So that's why understanding that when we close them, it's not about how much money can I get. It's like, listen, once I could get them and walk them to the door, to me, closing someone is like, listen, here's the life you're at. Here's the life you can have. I'm going to walk you through the door. Walking through the door is them taking care of it, getting more payments, whatever it is. Once they made the exchange of pay, you also understand when someone pays you, do they get well? Absolutely not. So payment is just good intention. The actual art and the practice and the principle of getting the subluxation removed gets them the results they wanted. So understand, it's your duty to close people, because when you close people, that's the only opportunity you get to save them. So going to work tomorrow, it is your duty to close those people, because without closing them, when they walk out your door, they're good as dead. It's like it never happened. It's like but they're going to end up somewhere in drugs, in surgery, because we failed to close them the correct way. So it is your duty to be able to lead them to exchanging value and getting the care they need. And so the answer to that, again, is the CTLx systems and procedures. So predictable. So CTLx, we teach you an interview system, just like an interview, just like you would train or interview an employee. So train them to become the ideal patient, weeds out the vampire patients. I think you know what I mean by vampire patients. So we're actually training the patient to become the ideal patient in the systems. And these systems are the processes. You don't think about it. The system trains them. And it protects the doc and it protects the team, for sure. So for instance, day one process, right? There's a greeting system. There's a tour of the office, very specific. And every word, every line is meticulously put there. There's intention behind it all. A leadership model. It's not a Burger King model, right? It's not done your way. We're leading them, because remember, your patients come to see you because they don't know how to take care of their health, right? So they can't dictate their care, because look where it got. You want to create checkpoints along the way. What I mean by checkpoints is the checkpoint means that you're advancing them where they need to go. Like saying, okay, you're building up the ladder. You get them right with. So there's checkpoints, checks and balances. Expectation management. The patient knows exactly what to expect. The reason why patients get frustrated is because their expectations are not met, because they made the expectations where now the doctor sets the expectations. Commitments, requirements from the patient. There's very clear commitments and requirements from which the patient in order to get the results they want. So it's very clear. There's no guesswork. There's no emotions in it. Like, hey, this is it. They know what to expect. Now, this creates an interview. So what's the interview process to get here? The dinner is like an interview process. The new patient phone call, very specific how we do it. It's awesome. Interview process. And the day one process is an interview process. So just the one process of day one you saw I just went over, all of that is still a process, and it's leading, it's educating, it's training the patient and bringing them up the gradient to be able to get to the point where they want care and they can get the care for the rest of their life. Here's a part of the secret. Number 2 is the masterpiece report. Dr. Tabor and I did this. How to conduct the report of findings and remove all objections. See, that's the thing. You want to get to all objections before they come to the objections. So I have all these videos that I go through every single objection, and it's a bit. You know how comedians have a bit? Well, this is not a funny matter, but you literally have a story. You have a process that you're able to hit every single objection before they tell you the objection. And if they do tell you objection, you know exactly where to go with certainty and shut that down, or let them see your thought leading them, allow them to thought lead them to see something in a way where maybe their way of thinking was in error, and that way of thinking was going to hurt them for not getting the care they needed. Next slide, Tabe.
I'll just say that doctor's report is awesome. And it's very handy to have like your entire doctor's report as a video. I mean, you've even played that in your office while you weren't there, right?
Yeah, Tabor, you know that.
Absolutely.
the other week that it happened, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So
and it works great.
Or here's the deal. Whether it be a dinner, how about you're having a rough day? Let's say something happened, life happens, and you're way off state. You get a DR, and you're actually scared. I would use the word scared. Sometimes I get scared. I get nervous. I get anxiety because just I'm off.
Yep.
And I'm like, but I'm off, but there's 6 people coming in. How can I be off? And so there's sometime even I have to tap out, meaning like this. I'm saying, listen, what's best for the person? Me being out of whack because I'm in an argument or I'm battling something or I'm letting or something's, my something negative is taking over on hold of me today. Or am I going to be humble enough to say, listen, play the video. That video is 2,000 a week on fire doctor's report. So sometimes like I'll put my ego aside and play something because I'm really more concerned about the patient.
That's what happened the other day when I covered for your office. Was they watched the video and then I closed the cases.
Yeah.
And it was a piece of cake. Everybody was like, "Understand? I went in," and it was awesome.
Yeah. So here's the thing, Master, we have 18 training videos on understanding the power of a group, the group dynamic, herd dynamics, a new patient check-in process, how to open the report of findings. Very important there. Got to set the tone. What makes you different? Oh, guys, because everybody's thinking, well, I could just get this cheaper somewhere else. So you got to just list why are you different than the person down the road. Like I have at least 30 different uniquenesses that I point out for me personally. Understanding the doctor to doctor relationship. See, you're empowering them to be the doctor. It's not a doctor patient relationship. Explain that 100% health equals 100% function. How to explain the nervous system so the patient really gets it. Covering subluxation in your report. The 4 questions you absolutely must ask using X-rays or whatever exam findings you do, scans, you name it, and stories in your report. Sick debt versus health investing for all those Dave Ramsey people out there. Destroying the insurance objection. How to get the whole family under care. Very important. Checking kids. Implementing powerful systems in your office. Mastering the close. And that's just some of the things you get in that type of system, in that program. So immediately right now, you can use my report, like Dr. Tabor said, to convert more patients if you want. So if you got it right now, tomorrow, you could play the video whenever you want, and I'll close them for you. I'll be working for you. So if you want to hire me to do your dinners, if you want to hire me to do your doctor's report, and to hire me personally would be really, really expensive for you, for me to go work for you. But listen, why not? I mean, you still have me. I'm working for you. And the great thing is that Chris on that DVD or a program or the right there the MP4 or the Chris that does the dinner for you guys, they are consistent every single time.
Yeah.
Like this Chris right here, I have different levels up and down, right? So you might get an A minus, a B, but those dudes, they're always rocking at 100% every single time. They're 100%, no variables. All right. So some chiropractors also might think, I don't want to turn patients away. I get it, right? Because you care, but you want more qualified patients that fit your culture. And the fastest way to burn out your team, staff, et cetera, is to have the wrong people there. So look at these 2 right here. So Carla, Shannon on the left has been with me for 8 years. Carla's been on the right. She's been with me for 10 years. We just sent her to Hawaii for 10 days, for 10 years, for
Nice.
10K. All right. So it's the 10, 10, 10.
Wow.
Now, let me tell you why they were there 8 years and 10 years and strong. Because it was the day I focused on protecting my team. And when I protected my team, then all of a sudden there was no more turnover. And because the only turnover I really had is if a staff member, got pregnant or, they went to college, they went something like that. I mean, then my associates had more turnover than my team, but the team is really the most important part. I work for them. So what I'm telling you here saves your team, because the toughest thing is when you have a team member leave and you got to retrain someone, you got to find someone, and it could level out your practice or even bring you back a little bit for 6 months to a year, for sure, without a doubt. So we're going to make sure that when you find someone good, it's a place where they feel leadership, they feel protected. So I protect them and they protect me. And what are you protecting them from? Patients that do not belong in your practice, for sure. Next slide. Check out this awesome testimony we have. The CTLx system teaches a predictable application interview that leads the patient to take full responsibility of their true issue, their subluxation, and their health. Watch this. It says here, as JP said, as a side note, new record, 100% close ratio. He went for 10 for 10. Would you like to, when's the last time you guys went 10 for 10? Would you like to go to 10 for 10 as far as people getting membership in your class, membership in your clinic? And he goes, and 21 new patients in 1 week. Zeno is the man. I'm not the man. at all. I'm just telling you easy systems that you could apply. And I mean, would that be cool? Could you see the effort? You know, it's the most efficient way to get more new patients, great conversions. We teach you all that. So how to get lifetime patients? Let's talk about secret number 3, because this is the end goal. Maybe people think, I don't know how to stop people from leaving when they feel better or their insurance stops paying. Huge frustration. They feel better, or you feel that, hey, let's just try a couple of visits, and they leave. You wonder why. Let me explain. Let me tell you about the billion x-rays, all right? There was one day, even when we were climbing and we were seeing all these people, I remember going back to my storage room and I saw all these x-rays. And I saw the names on the x-rays. I'm like, oh my God, what happened to Gary? What happened? Oh my God, what happened to Isaac? Like, so I started seeing their names. I'm like, oh my God, like, where are they? How come they're in the back here? This is the x-rays, the graveyard, so to speak. And I saw these x-rays. I'm like, wow, more people came through and decided not to get care or left care than people that I'm actually seeing. So I was making less of an impact than I could. And I realized, hey, listen, because I was trying to get them started, maybe I was just trying to get them through the first 3 months of care or 1 year of care, whatever. I was looking to start them because I was so focused on the start that I was like, you know what? I got to change the system around. I got to start from the very first meeting with that person that we're talking lifetime right off the bat. Let's get it out of the way. Let's just listen, this is something you do for the rest of your life. And so we started creating lifetime patients. And lifetime patients is someone's in the office, you put their credit card in file, and we never talk money again. It's just EFT every single month, and you have a certain plan for that. They also have VIP benefits. Here's just a little thing of it. Just leave it right there, Dave.
Okay.
Those benefits right there, like, you make them feel special. They have a different colored card, a keychain that they scan, and they have all these different perks that you could add. You can make it the perks you want. We have them in the program. We tell you what to do, but they really feel special. And then another one, Tabor, if you go the next slide, right there, then we do these VIP banquets. These banquets are like in a reception hall. It's literally like the one on the left was $25,000, and the one on the right I think was 23. And it's like, why would I spend $20,000 like it's a wedding reception? Because no other person in their life, no other doctor in life ever would do that. And automatically you become and you show them how much you care, and they will never ever forget you. They get to dress up. We have professional photography so they can get updated pictures of themselves. Some people, this is the greatest date night of their life for the year, and you're able to provide that for them. You give them good food, and there's no talk. I'm not talking about subluxation here. What I do, my talk is I pray over them for real quick and just love on them and allow them to enjoy. We had a Frank Sinatra singer. We had live bands. I mean, every year, everybody always looks forward to this, and this is something it's a level of gratitude and thanks, because these are the people I want to grow old with. You know how nice it is to go in to your office and see lifetime. Tabor, when you were adjusting, right? Seeing lifetime.
Yep, absolutely.
And let me tell you another thing that I could add to this story is, when I was in Utah for a while and out of the practice, the practice went down, right? So it was going down a little bit because people didn't like the adjustments they were getting, whatever reason. I wasn't there, so it went down a little bit. So when I came back, it's like, I only met like 5 new people because all my lifetimers were still there. They were, they're committed. They're in for life. So, and I just had such a greater appreciation and love for them for sure. So lifetime patients is the key, guys. And on top of that, you have no more warrior security. Like new patients and new conversions just become bonus. Would you love for your practice to get to that? So I have over 1,200 lifetime patients. Everyone that has completed the Chiro Thought Leader system experience has increased their number of lifetime patients by hundreds. Like Tabor, you've been doing it for a couple of years now. So what do you mean, how hundreds? Well, you get 5 people to go to lifetime per month. In 4 years, you get 100 people on lifetime care, and your collections are like everything's taken care of without even new patients. It adds secure recurring revenue that takes all stress and scarcity away. What's up, Tabor?
I just wanted to tell you, like, this is the single most valuable thing I think I learned a lot of valuable things from you, dude. But this, just implementing and having lifetime patients and having that system in my office has been the single most valuable thing for me.
Yeah, and I agree. And again, the issues with a lot of the gurus out there is they're so focused, and you know what? It tickles everybody. Everybody salivates on getting the new patients and closing the new patient, which of course we take care of. But no one talks about, well, how about keeping them
Yeah,
for the rest of your life?
right.
How about keeping them in the principle? But see, because it's easy because everybody's impatient. They want it now. But if you start doing this new patient system for the long game. And in 7 years, you pick your head up and you got 200 people coming in once a week or once every other month that are on lifetime care. You don't have to, like, you get to walk into practice and there's no stress that you got to close the person tonight to pay the bills. There's no stress that I need to get the issue of money is gone.
And
Like this,
that,
you
and if you
know?
have to ever sell it, it's like the most valuable practice that
Yeah,
anybody could ever buy, you know?
absolutely. Exit strategy if you choose all the way.
Yeah.
So the truth of why you're a chiropractor, remember, this is why we do lifetime. Lifetime patients are the only way you will ever feel truly fulfilled in your practice, as your entire purpose has been to see as many people and their families subluxation free for the rest of their lives. Like none of you signed up saying, I want to see someone under care or subluxation free for 3 months. No, you want to see them live it just like you do for the rest of your life. To build a community of healthy, drug-free, clear-thinking people, to establish and heal the new generation of children so they may be the future leaders of the world, and it is living your legacy and enjoying it when you're alive. I want you guys to realize, again, stop when people say, "Hey, what's your legacy going to be?" I'm like, "Screw you, dude. I'm not leaving a legacy. I'm going to live my legacy." It's like I don't want to die and leave something. Yeah, that'll be great. No, I want to live my legacy. Each and every single one of us are worthy of not leaving our legacy, working our whole life to leave something, which you will. Why don't we live it? We live it now. I think of Stan Lee. He created Marvel Comics. He created all those characters, and before he died, he got to see all of his characters played by the greatest actors in the world become the number one most grossing movie of all time history. And then
Yeah.
he passed away. He lived his legacy.
Hmm.
Why can't you? Next one. Don't get me fired up. Look at these things. So on the left, since following your CTL systems and training on lifetime members, I have added an average of 12 people to lifetime care per month.
Wow.
I wish I would have started this 8 years ago. I would have helped so many more people. Amazing. So let's do the math on this. We got some. The math is 12 lifetime patients per month. It's 144 people per year. You add to your lifetime membership at $150 a month. That's $21,600 a month recurring revenue. If she never signed up another lifetime patient, which is impossible, at 144 lifetime patients, she made an extra $259,000 per year. So can you use that extra income? Can you see how that alone will change it? Like Tabor said, that one aspect. What did Paul say right here? Go back. Hey, where are you going,
Okay, sorry, dude.
dude? So Paul, what's that? Paul on the stage goes, just sharing a win. I have our VIP lifetime membership party tomorrow night. Got over 100 people coming. Really excited. How
Wow,
cool is that?
that's
A
really cool.
lifetime. That means these are lifetime patients, guys. Like you've, you know, talk about you've never really truly practiced until you have your lifetime patients. It's amazing, and it's such a
Yeah.
win, especially for you guys starting out. Don't get frustrated. It's like each month now you're like 3 lifetime patients win, 10 lifetime. Like I mean, it just adds to your winning for sure. All right, man. You can do it. Secret number 3, the truth. Let's talk about the truth. Next one. So right here, what's the truth is, how would I take care of my family? All right. So I adjusted my kids since birth. We live a principled life. I would, that's the way I get adjusted. So I would never, just to be congruent, I would want everybody to get adjusted. I want their kids to get adjusted forever. That's the way I take care of my family. That's the way I want to take care of myself. So when you teach and lead the patient to what health is and how it is achieved, they take personal responsibility and see chiro care as a necessary utility in their life and their the family for a lifetime. So let me ask you a question. So are you enjoying this webinar so far? So thank you for hanging out with us for a couple of technical difficulties, but
Sorry
hey,
about that.
it's
I'm a
called
little
course correction.
rusty. I'm a little rusty on the
I know,
webinar
man.
thing.
You're good, man. I mean, if that turns someone off, then they just
Yeah.
weren't a fit anyway. Also, you can do this program and make mistakes and still crush it for sure.
Amen. Amen to that.
Right. So we covered again how to get 60 pre-qualified new patients in under an hour, how to use predictable systems and procedures to convert more pre-qualified patients by using an application. And we talked about how to convert those people into lifetime amazing patients. So who wants to take it to the next level? So if you want to take it to the next level, just say yes. And we're going to introduce you to the Chiro Thought Leader Experience. All right. So this is really our masterpiece. It took years. This basically helps you get more new pre-qualified patients, increase conversions, and create a lifetime patient within 24 hours. Like that's how fast you could get this going without having to spend thousands in marketing, without money coming in or dealing with objections from patients that are not getting the care they need. We'll be able to erase all that as well. So here's what you get. I'll show you. So what this system includes, there's 5 core things. There's a lot more, but there's 5 core things. On the left, it says the Zano experience involved. Right there, just leave it right there. So you got the Zano experience involved. It's an entire system to run your dream practice. It's the entire system and the process. The dynamic dinner, you actually get the entire program on how to use that dinner to destroy obscurity and attract an avalanche of new patients. You could choose to do it, or I'll do it for you. The master repeat report of findings, how to master your report of findings and destroy all objections. You could do that, use that in your ROF, group or individual, doesn't matter, or you can play the video. I'll work for you as well. And you can start that when? Immediately. Bulletproof certainty. Many of you guys know Dr. Dan Sullivan. He's amazing. I mean, I love Dan, like the amount of effort he puts into it. But I will say, and I will tell him to this day, Dr. Tabor and Dan put together something called Bulletproof Certainty, and I still believe to this day it's probably one of the best products that Dan ever did in his life.
I agree.
And but it's only exclusive to Chiro Thought Leaders. Like no one else knows about this unless you got it from us. I mean, beautiful, man. Like he just goes over, it's 100% certainty Chiro is going over the latest medical research. He's got videos for your patients to watch over the research. He teaches the doctors. Then we have the silver bullet. Remember that, Tabe?
Yeah, it's awesome.
So the silver bullet is this: when anybody says, I need to go take this to my doctor, or my doctor said not to come see you, Dr. Dan created a silver bullet. It's a video that doesn't, well, very politely and super smart and eloquently puts that medical doctor as far as understanding what place we hold. So it's great. And then time expansion. A lot of you guys are saying, well, how the hell do I have time to do all this stuff? Well, going and seeing all these patients and doing all these systems, I had to develop I thought in seconds. So I developed something called time expansion. So it's an entire time, not management course. It's taking the time you have now and expanding it so you can become even more efficient and optimize your practice. That's the core 5. What else, Dave? We got. So, for instance, this is the Zano experience involved, right? I did that. The Zano experience involved. I have something called the Zano experience, and you can see right there, it's $10,000 a ticket, and we have offices come. You're more than happy to come, right? So it's $10,000 for the office to come. I spend a day and a half with them, and I show them everything from A to Z, and they explode their practice. It's full immersion. It's like the Matrix when they downloaded the stuff into Neo's brain. That's exactly what happens. What Tabor and I did, we filmed the entire thing. Everything that we'll talk about that Zano experience, the $10,000 ticket, we filmed it all and more. I think we did an extra like 4 or 5 hours, right? So, and that's now it's all digital. So, you know, you save airfare. You know, your whole team could watch it, and you save a $10,000 ticket plus food plus hotel. And you get it right here. And so we go through all that. So that's one of the things you get right there. So that's part of the program. What else we got, Tabor? So again, if you're thinking, will this work? This will work if, but how's this going to work? If you're committed, right? So if anything I make sense, you said, listen, I commit that, you got to tell yourself, I commit that as soon as I know CTLx is the key to growing my practice, patients, and revenue and life, I will go all in. So if you could see how this is going to help you in any way, I'm asking you to go all in. And again, Tony Robbins said, you know, with absolute commitment come the insights that create real victory. All right, so y'all so watch these other tools you get. All right, go. So you're gonna get videos. Each course has videos, MP3 training, staff training. So it's just not doctor training, because I know you docs, you don't like training your staff as much as you know you need to. So don't worry, we'll train your staff for you. Our staff trains your staff. All patient forms, scripts, and I'll go to work for you immediately. As you learn the process, you could be playing the dinner video that I do for you or the report of findings. I'll work for you when you're busy learning it yourself. So all these tools together, you get to master the material through repetition. You could train your entire team. There's no variables. We'll do it for you. And the team training, there's no variables. Like you could watch the videos over and over again. Do a dinner the same day you receive the program. Just put me to work, like you said. Get more new patients and get more lifetime patients. So with these tools, you'll actually eliminate this scarcity. There's going to be no more scarcity, not having enough. You'll have more than you could handle. And it's like the cool thing about our system, it's like a dial. If you want to dial it up, you dial it up. If you're getting a little bit overwhelmed because you're crushing it, you could dial it down, whatever you want. It's that sensitive. Weak objections from patients will be no more. Patients quitting care too soon, not going to happen. Lack of results for patients, not if they're committed. People who don't belong in your practice, That'll save you a lot of time and frustration. Staff confusion, because everybody knows their role. There's hardly any, like Tabor, when you're in the office, no one really speaks to each other because everybody is, it's like it's a symphony.
Exactly.
Everybody's, and long hours.
Nobody should. It's a
Yeah,
problem when they have to stop everything and come ask
yeah,
you questions,
yeah.
you know?
And long hours, all those long hours, being busy but not successful. A lot of the offices are very busy. So check out this one, problem solved. I love this. He goes, just signed up and could not believe the price of this. I was waiting for $10,000 price tag. Tabor, we should have charged 10,000.
Yeah,
I
you
have
have before.
I know. I have been vetting you for some time now and worked with a few other practice management groups that always made me feel they made money on managing chiros, not on practicing in the real world. I see your lifestyle, which resonates as I can see the reality of it. So if any of you guys follow me on social media, you'll see you kind of see what you get. You can see you can see that you walk the walk and come from the heart with passion. Thank you for motivating me personally, for starting to live the way I want my patients to live, and inspiring me to start using my hero to inspire others. Very good. Look forward to doing the on-site visit at some point in the future, if possible. Thank you again. And there's Dr. Craig. So what if you got similar results? What would that mean to you? Oh, here's other ones. These are great. So other problem solved. The CA procedures to get names for the dinners, the application process, and lifetime care is mind blowing. I would never have come up with it myself. Much love and appreciation. And it's not because he didn't have the ability to come up with it. Sometimes when you're thrown into experience, I've been thrown into an experience, guys, where I had to make sense of it. I had to make it work. And so through a lot of contrast, a lot of, course correction and zigzagging and getting punched in the face metaphorically, we were able to develop these systems. So you never have to go through what I went through. I have this, Dr. Rich goes, I have been in practice 15 years, and this is the best thing I've ever come across to get the principle out to the masses. And all you have to do is take action. Be committed, right? Can't wait for my next dinner. It's going to change my town. You better believe it. And he is changing his town. And Dr. Chester says, hey, I can say if I had focused my marketing here instead of spinal screenings, chamber events, and pounding the pavement, my practice would have grown much faster. My first event had 16 people, 4 existing patients, and 12 who did not know me. 4 became patients on the spot, actually piffed on the spot, and they were exactly the kind of patient I want in my practice. Thank you. That's awesome. I don't think I ever piffed someone on the spot like that. Jeez. Thank you, Dr. Zahner, for priceless information. I am 1 year out from graduating from Life University, and I couldn't be more thankful for the gems that you present to all of us in the videos. I will be ready to fulfill the mission. Brendan, yes, he's a student. So this I know why you put Brendan there. This is a student who paid the monthly fee to come out cranking, and he used a lot of these principles to blow through clinic as well. So here's a student says, listen. I'm gonna learn it the right way in school so you can come out running. So time and money saved. You don't have to spend years of time or thousands of dollars to learn this on your own. And I'm gonna quote myself. It took 12 years, Tabor, millions of dollars lost. Remember, Tabor, like the sites we built that they were like, there was this company, they were telling us just 5 more grand, 5 more grand. And then, holy shit, dude, God, thousands of patients quitting. $330,000 invested in coaches and mentors for me to develop these resources. And this wasn't chiro coaches. We got speaking coaches. We got, every type of coach you can think of, accountability, but, all this mindset. And I'm giving you everything you need to get what you want. So we went through it, but it's all here for you. You also get other ones: dynamic dinner, psychology of speaking, alive by design, posture cure, social media training, bulletproof certainty. It's showing all. The Z Evolve, spinal hygiene, Tabor, that's great. I mean, this is, CTLx mindset course, all the mindset stuff, patient retention, masterpiece.
That's a great one.
Wasn't that good? Was that the first one we did? I think it was. That was so good.
DVD, waiting room DVD. I play it all the time in my office too.
So good. And the video is so good. I mean, it's timeless for sure.
It's awesome.
Yep. And the patient whisper with Dr. Fred. I love this stuff. So these are all the courses you guys get. So on top of the 5 we told you, we're going to add 16 bonus courses. Psychology of speaking with Roberto Monaco, Alive by Design. That is, hey, where are you going? Alive by Design. Alive by Design.
Trigger happy.
I know. Alive by Design is that's my corporate talk. That's a corporate talk you do. It's created to live, which is your chiro. It's eat to live, nutrition, move to live, and then choose to live, right? So it could be a 3 or 4 series talk. You could do that at churches, at corporations, wherever you want. Awesome stuff. Posture cure. social media training with Burfield, bulletproof certainty with Dr. Dan Sullivan, spinal hygiene as well with Dr. Tabor, the mindset course. I teach you mindset. Remember, guys, other than chiropractic, I actually now speak all over the world and get handsomely rewarded for speaking mindset. So that's my other job. See, I could have all these other jobs and still be able to do this, and I still work in practice full time. Patient, and yeah, it's another thing, Tabor. Like we're actually still in practice.
Oh, that's a big thing.
Jeez, it's
That's
called
a big
relevance,
thing.
guys. It's called relevance.
Yep.
Patient retention system. That is the waiting room DVD, and or you could make this for the first 13 visits or 12 to 13 visits of a patient's care to re-educate them. So those 12 visits are getting educated. Patient whisperer with Dr. Fred. Dr. Fred has spent again hundreds of thousands on coaching, NLP, you name it. And that patient whisperer, he really knows how to connect with the patient at a level I've never seen possible. Elite coaching is amazing. I just never seen he's just amazing at it. So we made a program called the Patient Whisperer. Blueprint Practice Automation. I'm with them too. This is how like you get on top of chiropractic. If you want to add neuropathy, metabolic nutrition, whatever other things in there, it's automated for you as well. And that's a great course with Dr. Aaron Gum. Another level. This is remember that Tabor? Roberto Monaco and I. We were hired by a group of
Oh
chiropractors
yeah.
for right. We went to the Ritz Carlton in Denver. It was like an underground
They
high
paid a
level.
lot of money to be there.
Yeah, boy, they paid a lot of money.
Yep.
And Roberto and I just we went all into our like secret ninja stuff.
Yep.
Really cool. So you get that whole thing on there. A philosophy driven practice with Dr. Contempo. The CTL seminar. Remember we did a Chiro Thought Leader seminar with some amazing
Yeah.
speakers.
Yep.
That's 15 hours of fire.
Yep.
Easy diet hacks. This is more for you guys. Like I could teach you easy diet hacks because I won Mr. America and Mr. Universe. Yes, I do that too for my other job. Uh, this easy way to keep your nutrition going. And these are also good things you could tell your patients. They're just easy things that you do to keep on track. Business principles of success. That's what Rick Sapio. Rick Sapio, I probably now, he met over 31 billionaires and he distilled all the common traits of those billionaires. Pretty good stuff to do. MI40 fitness. That's just the fitness for some of you say, hey, how do I work out? Because you want to know how to work out and adjust and not kill yourself, right? So this is a very good system that I advocate. I'm an advocate of that. You still keep. It's good for your joints. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't destroy your body. Raising heroic kids. That was a good one with Gina
Yeah.
Wiggy and I. We went over like raising heroic chiropractic kids. You could show it to your patients. Nutrition and practice. This is if you're starting a nutritional program in your practice, how to keep it principled. Garrett Gunderson and Wealth Factory, really good stuff. I've been with Garrett. Like he really taught me about soul purpose. And if you worry at all or you have any inclination about what do you do with your money, he will teach you to develop your soul purpose and always invest in yourself. He's great. So he has really good stuff there. And Josh Axe, Real Food Recipes. Before Josh Axe had a $200 million business.
Yeah. And that's a great waiting room
Oh,
DVD. I play it all the time
yeah.
too. My patients love it.
All right, guys. All that stuff. 5 core courses, 16 bonus courses, over 400 videos. And you take it at your own time. Audio trainings included, staff trainings included, all patient forms included, videos for dinner included, scripts included, lifetime access right there. Total value $27,710. That's what I said. Would you pay me $27,000? We get you the results, and that's the value that brings it up to that. So the reason why people don't get started, you might be thinking you can't get started because money is shackling you. Well, remember, have you ever spent money on something that you didn't need? Yes. Have you ever spent money on something that you couldn't afford? Yes to that. Have you ever borrowed money to buy a house, get student loans, etc., credit cards? Yes, you've done all that. So if all this did was this, if it helped you to share your message with more people, if you got 50 to 100 qualified new patients per month, 30 to 50 qualified new patients a month, 50 to 100 conversions per month, or hell, a year. Let's say you get 50 conversions a year more, 30 to 50 conversions per month, 5 to 10 plus qualified conversions per month, whatever that is. If it just reduced your hours of marketing, increased the efficiency in the office, and saving and expanding time, or let's say you got 100 plus patients on lifetime care, which is 10 grand a month of recurring, would it be worth it to you? Like if it did any of those, would it be worth it to you? And so here was the two choices we had. Number one, we could go as cheap as possible, try to sell as many as possible, and it wouldn't even really incentivize Tabor and I, because we're going to show you, to really stack the value like we did. I'm out of breath even talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
The second option is it just requires a little bit higher investment on your part, but in exchange, we both could devote a lot more resources, as you see, to guarantee your success. So what would be worth to you to have one successful strategy, just out of all those things, 60, so out of 21 amazing programs, if you have one strategy, one gold nugget, so you were able to get more new pre-qualified patients, what would that be worth to you? Think about that. Would that be worth 20, 30, 40,000 a year, 100, a million? How about if you could develop the best patients that fits your practice and increases conversions for higher value and fees? What would that be worth to you? So now you're not only getting paid what you're valued and what you're worth, but then these are amazing people. You love seeing them, right? That's fun to work with, and everybody gets good results. How about just to have a few patients commit to lifetime care per month, just a couple, to fulfill your dream as a chiropractor? What would that be worth to you in dollars? Because see, it's not just, you see, we're having goals, but I'm attaching your goals to something that is fulfilling, right? There's been a sense of significance and fulfillment to your life. And how about what would it be worth to you to have access to and coaching from me personally, Dr. Tabor, for whatever issues you got, sticking points, blind spots you may have in your practice or your life? What would that be worth to you if I was to just coach you? Like, you have access to me just like I would coach anybody else in Tabor. So all those things right there, again, that we went over, total value $27,710, because I want to increase your new patients, conversions, lifetime patients, and revenue in the next 12 months. Right here, you can see the CTL experience. You can get started now for just two ways of doing it. You could do, it's $397 per month. That's our subscription, or it's $3,600 for lifetime access. Let me explain that real quick, just so you know. It's $397 a month, and that's a subscription, and it just renews every month, and you have access to everything.
Yep.
Or you pay $3,600 one time for how long, Tabor?
Forever. You get everything forever.
Forever. So
Yep.
$3,600, which is cheaper than if you were to do the subscription, and you have lifetime access.
Yep.
So, and I'm going to leave that choice up to you, because I know you give your patients. I'm going to give you that choice. What do you want to do? See, the one who's all in, that's the $3,600, is for lifetime access. But for those of you that are dabbling, $397 a month. And here's the thing, and then like, oh yeah, for how long? I'm not that type of person. If it's $397 a month, it's $397 a month. It goes month to month. And let's say after you come up with an excuse in 4 months, then you're done. It doesn't matter. So whatever fits your boat. If you're like, listen, this is awesome, I know these tools will change my life in practice, this is the only stuff you'll ever need in your practice. Period. Like, nothing. You don't need to about like everything you possibly need to run an amazing, successful practice. Like, it's here. It's all in here. So it's the one-stop shop. If you see that and you see the value in it, $3,600, which is, Tabor and I did, because that's usually the price of a patient care plan, right? I
Sure.
mean, one of them. So that's one person. That's why we had that number.
Yep.
All for you guys as well. Next slide, bud. So 1 year, and then also here's a bonus for the first 50 docs who are watching this and you sign up. You'll get 1 year unlimited group coaching via our CTLx private Facebook group. So that's $500 a month. And I know, Tabor, you've been doing the spinal hygiene, right? That's your private group.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm going to give them access to that too. And we'll show that
Dude,
slide will come up here in a little bit.
That's all. So right there, that's another added value of $6,000 a year, because that's how I do my coaching. So let me show you what that group does. So here, how about this? Look on the left when Justin said, this group has been an anchor for me. It helps me stay focused, get back on track when I stray back to old habits. I've been part of other great groups that I feel have served their purpose at the time, which ultimately were stepping stones to get me to this group. I appreciate that there's so much tactical info here, not only for practice growth, but for personal growth as well. I love how everything is congruent with philosophy of chiropractic. This truly is the path to helping my chiro, to helping any chiro who is open and ready to serve their community. I appreciate everything you do, Dr. Z. Man, that's awesome. Tim says, I love the mission behind the group, even though it's a fee-based group. Zeno does it from the heart. Yeah, because I mean, we're just exchanging time, guys, and I'm giving you everything I got, regardless. So nowhere can you be so greatly influenced by such a great leader and mentor. Thanks, man. And the price, forget about it. The transformative potential he brings is worth millions. I like there's no BS quality. There's no BS. Quality of the information. Sometimes truth is so easy, but it needs to be pointed out and right in front of our faces. Awesome. That's all that helped his mojo. What else we got from Justin? Look at this. And Justin, right? 4 out of 4 signups, 3 PIFs. That's awesome. So when someone pays in full, number one, besides collections, guys, it means that they got it and they're all in. Like
Hmm.
there's a different type, it's a different quality patient, and it's really a good reflection on how you were doing as a doctor to get the message across. One patient had 0 symptoms, Mr. Look Good, Feel Good. 2 had minimal symptoms and low urgency, and he was able to take them through that. That's so good, man. What else we got? Ryan, oh, Ryan Braverman, a good guy. This is amazing. I've been part of many groups, both paid and free, and this one is by far the greatest value. Having direct access to one of the greatest in the profession has been priceless. A value can't be placed on that. As for the group itself, it's been great. Hearing, seeing what other people are doing, going through both wins and challenges have been eye-opening and extremely helpful. Lastly, everyone's willingness to jump in and help to give feedback has been great because we're all a team for sure. Paul says, I agree with the above. Your input is fantastic. I mean, everybody's doing great because they are committed. Also, you can see we do a Facebook Live for you guys, Q&A every single weeks, and I go into different topics. So you see that on the left. Oh, and here, Paul, even like this, sometimes it just, Paul goes, I'm really happy as I turned away a new patient today because he would not follow the schedule of care needed to get him healthy. I'm
Nice.
really pleased with myself for standing up for what I believe in and therefore creating room for lots more ideal patients who want to stay healthy. You
Good
see,
for
it's
him.
about, it's bringing your confidence back.
Yeah.
So what's the value of having 24/7 access to me and getting direct coaching from me? I said, you ask me a question, I get back to you immediately, and I'm going to give you the best I got. So I charge $50,000 a year for personal, private, one-on-one practice coaching, and with all the I Am Hero stuff I'm doing, it's even more than that. It's double that. So what's the value, right? So you add all those things up: the Facebook group, the private coaching. That's for the first 50. That's a value of $33,710. Next one, Tabor. So you got 2 options. You can do nothing and not take this, and not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk free, or you can step into the small investment today compared to all the value you'll get in return and just give it a shot. Just sign up now and click that button. Is there a
There
button?
should be a button right under the video. Yeah.
Cool. So here's our 30 back money guarantee, and I'm very specific with the 30-day guarantee. Sign up today, and if you can't see the value for any reason, guys, I don't even care. I don't care. I don't care if whatever your reason is. If it is 29 days, 23 hours, and 55 minutes from now, just let me know, Dr. Tabano, and we'll give you your money back. We'll refund you. That's our guarantee. You get nothing to lose and only amazing future to gain. So what you're going to get here, you're going to get the 5 courses, the 5 core courses, the Zano experience, the dinner, dynamic dinner, mastermind, bulletproof, and time expansion. That's a $15,000 value. 16 bonus courses. That's $12,000 in value. Audio training, staff trainings, patient forums, video for dinners, testimonies, and real life experience. All that's included. Case studies, support via Facebook group, bonus for the first 50 sign up. That's $33,710 of value. So here's the all-in bonus within the first 10 minutes. If you sign this right now, you can see that thing's coming back. Very nice touch, Tabor. The private one-on-one onboarding strategy call with me. So what that means is I got to talk fast so I don't run out of time. So it's
You're on the clock.
yeah. That means when you sign up, you and I are going to get on the phone personally. So and when I get on the phone with you, it's like, let me just tell you, it's not a call where we're just kind of chatting. I'm going to send you a list of questions. I'm going to focus. I'm going to help you build an objective for the entire next year over that phone call. So I'm going to have a lot of info from you. There's a little bit of work on your part, but when we get on the phone, there's no small talk. We're going to get to actually these, really laying out your objectives for the next year. And it's beyond a strategy call. It's really good. It's a lot of work put involved, but within the next 10 minutes, you guys will get that. So just sign up now by clicking that button below and choose that payment option. So right there, you can see you can get started right now. It's $397 per month, and that's the subscription based, or it's $3,600 for lifetime access. You get everything in there.
Now,
Hey, you do it.
I'm going to
Even
throw
more.
this in there, man. This
Do it.
doesn't even need to be thrown in there. This is overkill right here. This is overkill. But here's what I thought. I got this idea and I was like, what if the person on the other side of the screen could just get all of that paid for, like free, like you wouldn't have anything to have to pay every month, or you could get the entire program and for lifetime, $3,600 for free. I'm going to show you how to do that and help you do that by sending you kits. If you're a subscriber, $397 a month, I will personally send you 5 free spinal hygiene kits every month. Now, look, I put these kits, and I'm not going to go into training you how to use them or what they are. That's in the program already. But I put these kits into my care plans at $150 a kit. Now, if all you did was put them in at $120 a kit and you were getting 5 kits a month, you're making $600 a month. So you're paying $397 to be involved with CTL, and you're making $600 a month from just these kits that you're going to be sent and mailed in the mail physically get every month. Now, if you do the lifetime membership and you pay $3,600, I'll send you 30 kits one time. I'll send you 30 kits, $120 a kit. If you sell all 30 of those, that's $3,600. You just got the entire CTL program for lifetime for free.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Like you can see, Tabor, like we put. I mean, we've never done something like this because remember, Tabor, like we just be selling like the dinner, or we would just like showing the dinner.
People don't get it. We sold the dinner for $2,000 just for that one program, and there's like 21 other programs in here
that are just as badass. Yeah, that's great, man. That was great what you did with the spinal motor. Is that it, man?
That's it, man.
Jeez. So like yeah, guys. I mean,
and I'm gonna make sure that the button is there, so that's good. Yep.
Any questions over that? Like, I mean,
let me see here. I just refreshed. No, Stephanie says a lot of systems are geared towards full spine, and she does upper cervical. That's why she asked that question earlier. So
yeah, Steph, that rocks, man. That would be perfect. Yep. I could just see Steph doing the dinner, and they get the chiropractic principle, right? Boom, and then they come in. You do her the whole process, and then her report of findings. Yeah, it's even easier for you because you're like, listen, this is it. And I even though I do full spine, Steph, I definitely tell people I'm like 95% of your progress and results will come from that first bone getting corrected, period.
Yeah.
Because that's it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Steph, you rock and roll. Because if Steph does, then Steph probably takes a lot better X-rays than I do. I was going to say most. I'll take the blame. She probably takes better X-rays than I do because if she's doing upper cervical, she does the nasium, she does all that other stuff, right? Probably the chair is like they have the clamps, the head clamps, right? So she's no joke. Yeah, Steph, you're going to give so much value to these people. I would, and Steph, if you do sign up and you get it, then I definitely on the call with you, I'm going to probably tell you to raise your care plan price as well because you got a very specific, unique, specific. Yeah. You just need I want you to. I want to unlock you the full potential of what you could do for sure, sure. All right, guys. Well, there you go.
I love it, man. That's awesome.
Close it out, David.
Yeah, I closed it by putting this back up just so you can see all the stuff. The 2 options, $397 a month for subscription, which is nothing for an overhead for a chiropractic office. And then not only that, it's investment into something that is going to explode your practice. Bottom line, and there's no risk. Guaranteed. So jump in. If you can't afford the $3,600, just do the $397 a month, and soon you'll be able to afford the $3,600. And then if you can, jump in all the way, be committed like you want your patients to be. Join the CTLx lifetime access for $3,600 and get 30 kits as well, spinal hygiene kits. So thanks, guys, for being on tonight. We appreciate your time, and you'll be seeing a lot more of us in the future. Thanks, Dr. Z, for everything. Appreciate you, brother. You did an awesome job. And we'll talk to everybody later. Have a great night.
Thank you so much.